Hello everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. I am Assistant Professor Padma Deshpande. Today I am going to teach you the second chapter of Business Planning and Entrepreneurship Management. We are going to see types and classification of entrepreneurs. This is SYBMS semester 3rd subject, and in this SYBMS we are going to do the second unit or module, which is types and classification of entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurs can be broadly classified on the basis of area, on the basis of traits. Traits means certain characteristics or qualities, on the basis of experience, on the basis of gender, and on the basis of objectives. Now, on the basis of area, we usually find two main types of entrepreneurs: the rural entrepreneurs and the urban entrepreneurs. The rural entrepreneurs have their activities established in the rural areas. For example, they have a small scale factory of soaps, detergents, or bicycle manufacturing, sewing machine manufacturing. So basically they use outdated technology. There is no R&D, research and development is very limited. Then they depend more on the traders, that is they depend on the intermediaries for transportation and then selling their products in the city market. Then they face a lot of financial problems. They do not get easy finance from the banks and financial institutions, and they do not focus more on, as I said, they do not pay attention to R&D, so they do not pay attention to training, so they don't give attention that much to training, and they are entrepreneurs who are maybe the second gender entrepreneurs, means their parents must have already established a business. Their parents or their forefathers, they must have established a business and they are carrying forward. So they believe that entrepreneurship is something that is inherited, मतलब जो वारस में मिला है ऐसे. Then the urban entrepreneurs are exactly opposite of rural entrepreneurs. They operate in the urban areas. They have more exposure to advanced technology. They deal in vehicles, then machineries, then electronic goods, consumable goods. So they give more importance to R&D. They are techno savvy. They do not face any problems related to transportation or finance or advertising, and they have a professional approach towards getting the things done. They are not dependent more on the intermediaries, and they believe in training and development, and they have more of a corporate culture. Okay. Then on the basis of certain qualities or uniqueness, we can broadly again classify the entrepreneurs as visionary entrepreneurs and adventure type entrepreneurs. The visionary entrepreneurs are the ones who have the desire to change the world. They have an outlook towards the world that they want to bring some change in the society. So like Steve Jobs, he started the Apple Incorporation. So they believe that they should contribute something to the world. They should make a change in the world. Then the second types are called as the adventure type entrepreneurs. So these adventure types entrepreneurs like to get into new businesses. They want to tap into new opportunities. Like Richard Branson, he belongs to the Virgin Group. He started the Virgin Group, so he has his business set up in hotels, mobiles, recordings. He has n number of business. So adventure type of entrepreneurs like to take up more risk. They want to try out new avenues, new business methods. So they are ready to take up new challenges in their business. Then on the basis of experience, there are again first time entrepreneurs and experienced entrepreneurs. So the first time entrepreneurs are the one, like they have their own startups, they start their own business, nobody in the family has had a business, they are starting the business. So they have to arrange finance, they find difficulty in obtaining finance, then they are like many people, the banks or the financial institutions do not give finance to them easily. Then they require somebody, some mentor or some experienced person to guide them, and they are the first time, like everything they learn, they experience, and from that experience they learn things. Then there are the experienced entrepreneurs, they are seasoned players, they have lot of experience in business, so they know how to take up different ventures. So they will always do a cost benefit analysis, they will try to find out which business is doing well, which business is not doing well, they will study the market, they will conduct a cost benefit analysis, they will try to understand the competition that is there in the market, they will understand what is the present scenario in the market, and then only they will take calculated risks. So these are the experienced entrepreneurs. Then we have, on the basis of gender, we have the male entrepreneurs and the female entrepreneurs. So the male entrepreneurs have more desire to control, they get more easily, they are able to obtain finance from the banks and financial institutions, they have more amount of confidence, and they never give up very easily. On the other hand, female entrepreneurs, now slowly the female entrepreneurs are also coming up. Female entrepreneurs are good organizers, they do good administration, they are better in management, they are mostly engaged in service sector, so HR, recruitment firms, software, consultancy firms, etc. Women entrepreneurs usually set up their business in. Then women entrepreneurs find a problem in of obtaining finance, then they have to manage dual responsibility, that is they have to take care of the family also and then run their business. So because of this, what happens is their mobility reduces, they cannot travel frequently, or they have to, you know, many times they require some help many times. Then male employees do not accept the female bosses. So these are some of the problems that the female entrepreneurs face. However, the government, there are number of NGOs, there are number of semi-government institutions, and there are a number of institutions that are that have now been set up to offer help to the women entrepreneurs, so that the women become economically independent. On the basis of objective, here again the entrepreneurs can be classified as economic entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs. Now what is the basic purpose of economic entrepreneur? See, any person does business for what? To earn a profit. So the economic entrepreneurs are the ones who will whose main aim is to earn profit, and you know, they are engaged in activities which will give them profit. So for the economically driven entrepreneurs, profit is the main motive. On the other hand, there are certain entrepreneurs who want to do something for the society. So they may set up a factory which will employ the disabled people, physically handicapped people, or they may start up a business in which the blind people can be given some work, or they may start a BPO, BPO is back office processing center organizations. So BPO they might start, wherein the blind people, they can be engaged in customer service activities, telemarketing, and so these kind of this thing. Or some entrepreneur, like an entrepreneur, if he might find out some the use of solar panel, then with the use of solar panel he can build sustainable homes. So these entrepreneurs, what they do is they want to do business, but they want to do some social cause also. Now in Brazil, there is one female entrepreneur who has started manufacturing life saving kits for the AIDS people. So AIDS के जो मरीज होते हैं उनके लिए कुछ लाइफ सेविंग के कुछ किट्स आते हैं. किट्स यानी उसमें अलग अलग मेडिसिन का एक असॉर्टमेंट होता है. तो ये किट जो है ये फीमेल एंटरप्रेन्योर ने एज अ सोशल एंटरप्राइज, एज अ सोशल कॉज उन्होंने ये बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया है. देन देर आर मेनी, अगर आप यूट्यूब में वगैरह देखेंगे तो वील फाइंड दैट देर आर मेनी होटल्स वेर इन the acid attack victims are being employed. So these entrepreneurs basically they want to do business also, but they want to help the disadvantaged sections of the society. Okay, and then there are other entrepreneurs on the base. Technical entrepreneurs are there. Some entrepreneurs get motivated, they feel that so I want to start my own business or something like that. Young entrepreneurs are there, very young age, they have this entrepreneurship qualities and they want to explore this entrepreneurship qualities. So on the other basis also there are a number of other entrepreneurs. So this was all about who are entrepreneurs. Now let's understand intrapreneurs. The intrapreneur is the one who is already working in an organization. So basically intrapreneur are basically employees who are working in the organization. They have innovative ideas, then they are ready to take responsibility. If available resources are made available to them, then they can get the work done. They believe in teamwork. Then they give periodical feedbacks. Then if rewards are given to them, they are more motivated. They are more they support the top management, and they have the quality that if they are encouraged more, then they can evolve as future entrepreneurs. So we'll see the difference between an entrepreneur and the intrapreneur in the next two slides. See, the entrepreneur is the one who undertakes a new business venture. He is ready to assume risk and he gets rewarded also. Whereas an entrepreneur is the one who works under an entrepreneur and he is working in an existing organization. He does not start up his own business. An entrepreneur doesn't start up his own business. He utilizes whatever resources are there in the organization. So an entrepreneur will have direct ownership and control over the business, whereas an intrapreneur does not have direct control and ownership of the business. He has control over the resources that are allocated to him by the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is more independent, and the intrapreneur he is not independent, he is dependent, and for whatever efforts he is taking, he is given a reward. The entrepreneur, to start up his business or to establish his business, takes a lot of years, because from his experience he learns so many things and he assumes a lot of risks and responsibilities and he establishes his business. On the other hand, the intrapreneur, he does not have to take that much of efforts. He is already working in an organization where all the resources are available to him. He just has to optimally use these resources and help the organization in its growth. Now, entrepreneurs will directly get involved in the business activity of the organization, whereas the intrapreneur will delegate things. He will be having some responsibilities and he will be delegating things. The entrepreneur always takes responsibility because it is his business, so he will be responsible for the success or failure of his business. On the other hand, the intrapreneur will not take the responsibility of failures. If the things are successful, he will be rewarded, but in case of it is a failure, then he will not be directly responsible for it. The entrepreneur, he raises the finance through his own resources, that is his own capital as well as some borrowed capital. On the other hand, the intrapreneur, he doesn't have to invest his money in the business. So an intrapreneur uses the resources which is available to him. Entrepreneurship is a very old concept and it has been going on for a very long time. Intrapreneur is a concept which is modern. Nowadays it has evolved, and especially due to the multinational companies, this concept has come. In the MNCs or the bigger companies, there are the directors are there, the executive officers are there, the senior management people are there. We can call them as intrapreneurs because they are handling responsibility, they are taking decisions on behalf of the entrepreneur, they are taking care of the working of that organization. An intrapreneur will always require a mentor for his support. An entrepreneur may or may not have a mentor or some guide, and entrepreneurs do not require any proper qualification because entrepreneurs are one who out of experience or sometimes due to inheritance they start their business. They are ready to, they have the qualities of an entrepreneur, that is risk taking, they know how to do business. Whereas the intrapreneur, he requires a proper qualification like a management degree. Usually technical plus management degrees are considered ideal for an intrapreneur. So an intrapreneur will be good in innovation, he will be good in creativity, he will be ready to take up responsibilities, but he uses the resources which is available to him in an organization. So this is the basic difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. We will continue with this chapter with more concepts in the following series. Thank you.